IVM.
You're listening to Wordy Wordpecker, Extraordinary Stories of Ordinary Words with Rachel Lopez. I bet you didn't hear this word much before 2012. I bet you use it more if you're single. And I bet if you have an active dating life, you use this word a lot. Swipe right, dear listener. We are looking at the story of the word Tinder. You probably have some idea of this word. Tinder, in its most basic sense, is something that is dry and catches fire easily. Hay is tinder, dry leaves are tinder, two branches rubbing against each other on a hot day are tinder, though I don't think they use the app to do any of their fire starting. The word Tinder comes from the Old English Tinder, which itself comes from the Old German word Tund, which means quite simply that which can ignite. Do you remember the wooded tundra regions from your geography textbooks? Same word root. It's essentially a synonym for wood. Activists like the word. When anything is ripe for revolution, which is pretty much all the time, they call it a tinderbox. But most people today use it to make love, not war. The creators of Tinder, the dating app, have said that they really liked the idea of creating a spark and the idea of starting a fire as a name for their app. In fact, Tinder was originally called Matchbox in 2012 before it released, and the design had fire imagery and everything. It was all ready to ship. But then they dropped the idea. Then one day, when they were crossing Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, reading out fire-related words from the thesaurus, this other word sparked up. Tinder. It seemed perfect. It still maintained that fire element. They realized people will either get it, oh yeah, Tinder, fire, or they won't get it and they'll think it's tender. Either way, it looked like it would work for getting people together, right? And it did. Tinder got so popular, it is so popular, that it kickstarted its own vocabulary for online dating. You with me? Ghosting. Ghosting is when a person who was chatting with you suddenly stops and basically becomes a ghost. For what reason? No one knows. Then there's benching. It's when someone is keeping you on the bench as a spare because they've swiped on someone better and are chatting with them at that point. Cushioning. Cushioning is when someone's keeping you warm, they're chatting with you, they're like, maybe. It's probably because they have someone else going on in their lives and they've already swiped on something and there's a match working out, you are just the backup. There's love bombing, when anyone throws too much attention your way, coming off way too romantic, when it's really not needed on a site like this. And then of course there's zombieing. It's when you pop up months after you've ghosted, maybe because you were cushioning someone. Good luck with that. This was Wordy Wordpecker. If you liked this show, you can listen to other fantastic podcasts on the IVM Podcast app and on our website, ivmpodcasts.com, or wherever you get your podcast from. Don't forget to follow IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. And you can reach out to me on Twitter at Greater Bombay and hit me up with your favorite words.
Long, long ago, not in Bethlehem, but in a place nearby, there was a wonderful birth of a huge show, which I like to call Cyrus Says, a show that encapsulates everything in human history, from the first Homo sapien to the last Homo sapien, who's traversed the entire world and then come back to India. This is a show which tells you everything about everything. If you want to know, avoid Google, come to us. It's called Cyrus Says. Get new episodes every Monday and Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It's simple as A, B, oh God, what comes after that?
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IVM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.